Video, you will see what an EdPuzzle activity looks like from the student perspective. This is a clip from Ferdinand, a 2017 film by 20th Century Fox. Ferdinand is a bull that hates fighting but loves flowers. In this scene, he has just run away from the downtown flower festival that he attended against his adopted family's permission, because his presence there created quite the uproar. As this clip begins, he has sought refuge inside a small shop. As you might be able to see on the right-hand side, there are questions embedded inside the video. Students play the video and answer each question when the video pauses. There is also the opportunity to provide immediate feedback to students. Later, I will record another video that shows you how you can create your own EdPuzzle activities, but I wanted you to see it from the student perspective first with a sampling of all of the question types. Let's begin. So the student would start by hitting play. So here's our first question. This activity is designed for my Spanish 2 students at the beginning of the school year while they are reviewing the content that they learned in Spanish 1. In Spanish, there are actually 2 verbs that mean to be, and we use them in different circumstances. So this is assessing their knowledge on that standard. So in this case, hopefully they pick está because we're referring to Ferdinand's location inside the china shop. So they select their answer and hit submit. And they get immediate feedback with this green box up here letting them know that they got the question correct. And they can also see the feedback presented here. So it says, muy bien, we use a star to express location and temporary condition. So now they can continue.
Oh. Okay, think thin.
So this is another question assessing their knowledge on the 2 verbs to be. In this case, they're going to opt for the other verb to be, which is es. Hit submit. And the feedback they get here is that they use ser for characteristics that are permanent or semi-permanent.
Step light, you are a feather. A 2,000-pound feather.
In this case, this question is focusing on their knowledge of some common verbs studied in Spanish 1. And the sentence has the verb missing. So it says, the woman does not something well. She does not listen well, she does not dance well, or she does not see well. Let's pretend that the student gets this question wrong and selects dances. Now the box shows up red and with 0 out of 100 potential credit. And the feedback lets the student know why the answer was wrong and what the correct answer should be and why with a green arrow. Now the student can rewatch that section of the clip and it will take them not back to the beginning of the video, but just back to the last place that it paused. And now they can further their understanding of that question. And I misspoke. It did not take them all the way back to the previous question, but rather several seconds. Well, we've learned from our mistakes, so we will continue. Okay, this is an open-ended question, so it doesn't always have to be multiple choice. And so this question is again focusing on the two verbs to be. Part A wants to know what Ferdinand is like as far as characteristics are concerned, and Part B wants to know how he's feeling at this moment. So the student would be able to type his or her response here. I'm just going to type ABC, but obviously they would type their actual answer. And it also gives them the opportunity to answer with audio if they would rather speak their response. And the feedback shows here. Remember to use ser to describe characteristics, etc. And this says to be graded because the teacher has to go back into the platform later on and grade these open-ended responses himself or herself. And I will point out that we got the first two questions correct, so the dots at the bottom are showing up green. We got an incorrect answer for this question here, so that's why it's showing up red. And this one is white because it's still yet to be graded. And here I'm showing that you can embed a note. The note could just be a helpful hint to help students comprehend what's going on in the film. It could be some extra background information, perhaps on an historic event. There are many uses to put a note here. I just wrote, it's a very funny film and I hope that they like it. And here's our last question. This is focusing on verb conjugation. I'm looking for them to say that Ferdinand dances well, and these are the 6 possibilities for verb conjugations in Spanish. They would hopefully select this one, which is the correct answer. And again, there's feedback for all of the incorrect answers as well as the correct one. It just simply says, muy bien.
Yep, that's me. I'm Ferdinand.
So that's the end of the assignment. They would submit this, and I, as the teacher, would later on go back into the platform, see their grades, and provide feedback on those open-ended responses. Again, in a later video, I will show you how you can create your own EdPuzzle video activities for your students. Thanks for watching. Hasta luego.